seconds ago. That was an accident. But I know usually I've been pretty bad about starting the stream because I start the stream up, everything seems pretty awesome, and then like I spend the next like 5 minutes trying to like get the chat up and running and everything. This time, I think we're gonna just I have everything set up beforehand. I think I'm doing good. So far, we have these two little robots moving. As you can tell, we have lateral motion. The bots are moving left and right. Stuff is going well. Hello, Aiden. Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back, Aiden, from Twitch. But yeah, so we have the little robots moving. And if you look really, really closely, you might notice, let me zoom in and refresh this thing. You'll see that there's actually little names on top of them. So we technically have, actually, this is a very, very long test name, just to see if the dot, dot, dot will work, the ellipses will work. Oh, you changed your name, Aiden? You changed your name to Call Me Aiden. Is there a reason for that, or just felt like changing your name? One thing, while we're waiting on the response, one thing I want to do differently, because I've been thinking about this a lot, because trust me, I've watched my replays, and it's kind of like, I enjoy watching myself stream a little bit, but I will admit it gets boring at times, especially when you guys don't know what I'm doing. Because I know that I'm like doing these crazy coding things, but when you guys are watching me, you're seeing me like type a bunch of stuff, say a bunch of stuff, and it doesn't make any sense. So I think I'm gonna, moving forward, definitely focus a little bit more on the education aspect of the code. So we're gonna talk more about like what I'm doing before I do it, and I'll walk you through how I'm doing it. I think, though, this will also mean that I won't be able to do as much during the stream, and I will have to try to move some of the coding stuff outside of the stream. And Call Me Aiden is saying, I didn't like all the underscores. Well, that's fair. I spent a long time trying to find... Also, wait, I just realized, do I not see the YouTube chat? Wait, I'm seeing YouTube chat here? Mr. Big Top Hat from YouTube, I can see your chat here, but I don't see it on my screen. That's not good. Let me fix that really fast. My apologies. I thought I had it fixed. Every time I think I get the YouTube thing figured out, it always bites me in the butt. Okay. Also, wait, I just realized, do I not see the YouTube chat? Wait, I'm seeing YouTube chat here? Mr. Big Top Hat from YouTube, I'll put the volume down here, but yeah, so welcome back to the stream, Mr. Big Top Hat. Again, sorry I didn't see your chat. Okay, now for real, the YouTube chat should be up and running. We're all good. So I think, again, like I was saying earlier, one of the bigger things I want to do on my stream is explain what I'm doing. So what do we have so far? Right now we have the bot. I'm gonna draw a little bot to kind of explain this. We have a little bot. And a little bot can move left and right. We have that behavior built in. Next up, what we want to do is we want to start simulating the chat. Hello, Def and Default. Welcome back to the stream. Anyways, to continue. So, next up, we want to start simulating the chat and how you guys are going to interact. Because what happens? What happens when I'm streaming? We're going to have people, let's say person one. Person one is going to join the stream. Person two is going to join the stream. Person one will leave the stream. We're going to have a continuously modified array of people that are going to be leaving and entering the stream. And the bots that are visible on the stream need to reflect the viewers who are on the stream. Meaning, if person one and person two and person three are on the stream, we should see 3 bots moving around, having a good time, that are those people on the stream. And then if person 1 leaves the stream, person 1 should leave the stream as well as the bot. So that is the next thing we want to code. So obviously we don't have the system of connecting the whatchamacallit, the YouTube to this yet. The YouTube and Twitch. I'm going to work on that off stream just because that's going to require a lot of API stuff. I'm going to have at least either a video or a stream explaining what I did or how it works. But that is something that I don't trust myself to not accidentally leak the important codes. So I'm not going to do that on stream because that's just asking for trouble. But we're going to basically create a simulated chat where we're going to have these people entering and leaving the stream, and we're going to want to see these bots acting accordingly. And then on top of that, we also would like to try to, like this stream, so if we can get the behavior down, next up, we're going to want to simulate the chat. So if someone talks, we want to see an indicator that that person is talking. And if we can do all that, I think that'll be a good place to stop today. So today we have 3 objectives. In fact, from now on, I'm going to start writing these objectives down. So objectives. Simulate chat. Make bots join/leave when people join/leave. And then 3, messages. So that is what our goal is for this stream. So let's pop this out. I'm gonna just put this right here and let's zoom in. Actually, can't do that. We can. Why not? I'll make it a bit bigger so you guys can read what I'm doing. So I'm gonna just put this next to my face. I'll shorten this to make it more visible. And I will make this smaller so you guys can see the bots having a good time. Let's go. Without further ado, first thing is we're gonna want to simulate the chat. We're gonna want to make this chat thing happen. So first up, what I want to do is I want to create a visual indicator of chat that is going to show us what's going on so we can actually see how stuff is going. Also, I saw the message. I forgot to respond to it. Mr. Top Hat, I did decrease chat delay on YouTube. There are some downsides. I could go, the main one is we no longer have closed captioning. I got rid of that. We didn't have it in the first place. I don't know why that setting was off. We actually have that capability through Streamlabs, but it was off and I wasn't using it. And it wasn't really a problem. I'd like to bring it back, but also I got rid of Trovo and Facebook because there were no viewers. No one was watching them, even the VODs. So I kind of decided we're going to just kick that to the curb. We're going to ignore that for right now. And if we get really big and people are like, hey, we really want Facebook, we'll bring back Facebook. But for right now, we're not doing that. Okay. But anyways, first thing we're going to do is we're going to create inside the body element, we're going to create a chat. A div. We'll do a paragraph. We'll do a paragraph. So ID equals chat. That is what we want to do. And what this is going to do is we're going to have a square or a little thing here that we can use to actually access our chat. And we'll build a print stuff out here so we can read what is going on. Also, Arcanus the Wolf. Everyone too busy looking up minion memes and anti-vaxxers on Facebook. Am I wrong though? I don't know. Facebook honestly is huge. I think we could find an audience there. I don't want to diss Facebook too badly. I know that it isn't a bad place. I think that, two things. First of all, I think streaming on Facebook is even more of an afterthought than streaming on YouTube, and that's kind of a low bar. So it just, I feel like they tacked on streaming just so they could like join the race with YouTube and everybody else once, you know, Twitch kind of lost their shine. So I think that's what's going on is, and I think there's a market there. I think there's people there who would enjoy the content. I haven't been able to reach any of them, and trying to reach them right now would just be too much effort for too little reward. I'd rather focus on YouTube and get that foundational stuff set. Also, I haven't even got YouTube figured out yet. So I need to get everything perfect before I even worry about any of this. Okay, but for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to have a text thingamajig. We're going to call it chat box, and we're going to make it an empty string. So what this means is it's just going to be a word we're going to add stuff to kind of make a chat. It's nothing complicated. It's just going to be a word. And then we're going to add chatters. Chatters is going to be an array of names of people. We're going to like create like a couple very basic names, and we're going to have that populate using those. And then we're going to have, actually, we can have messages. Messages, we're going to simulate that right now. So, because we're going to want to have that feature built in for when we get to that point in the code. Also, Arcanist of Wolf says he's rewatched the James Bond GoldenEye movie, a great movie. I haven't seen that yet. I can't speak for or against it, but I do like James Bond. You know, I like the genre. The genre is good. Also, my cat just walked into the door and left. He just stopped by to make sure I wasn't up to no good. And in seeing that I am poorly writing code, he assumed that I'm in fact not up to no good. But anyways, so what we're going to do is we're going to get rid of the ad bots right now, just because that was more of a feature I was just testing out. We're actually going to reuse this code soon. Can we see your cat? Well, the cat already left, and also the cat does not like me picking him up. He is not a cuddly cat. He is a very angry cat. Also, okay, you might be wondering, why is Andre sighing out of a sudden? One thing I really want to do, is I want to make this stream thing, everything you're seeing here, more presentable. I just realized you cannot see chat on the stream. Like, it is like white text on white text, on white background. It's not good. But yeah, no, the cat already left the room. If the cat comes back, I might try to capture it. I think a long time ago, I did pick him up for the stream. He did not like it, but yeah. Okay, so right now, back before I distract myself any further. I think what we're going to do is we're going to create another set interval. And this one, will it work asynchronously? I don't know if this is going to work, actually. Let's like try this. So, okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to write a function that is going to just add to the chat box. So we're going to just do chat box plus or equals chat box plus the letter A. So we're going to get a long stream of the letter A, and we're going to set the chat in the HTML doc that is set by the ID chat. Was it inner inner HTML is equal to chat box, and we're gonna close the function, And we are going to, let's do like 1,000. And let's see if this works. So let's reload this. We clearly have a bug. So okay, I'm gonna walk you guys through what I'm actually looking for when we're Kansas, don't capture my son. I'm gonna just pick him up. You do it all the time. Okay. So it's saying uncaught type error, document.get document by ID. I'm probably just miswriting it. Let me just double check how I do before. It's not get document. Wait, what am I saying? It's get element. Get element. Man, I am tired. Okay. Element. Get element by ID. Now that should work. Yeah, there we go. So we can see that we're adding the letter A. And I'm guessing that if I do an add bot, so do add bot John, we should see that the chat is work. Okay, not capitalized add bot. So basically, okay, what I did there, just for those who are watching, at least bribe him. I guess we do have catnip here, so I can bribe him. That is a good idea. But okay, so what happened was, so I've added this line of code, or sometimes I add a lot of lines of code, and then when I ran it, nothing showed up. So what do? So normally if nothing shows up, I have nothing else to go on. I do inspect element. In this case, I'm using Microsoft Edge, so it just says inspect. I right click inspect, and it brings up this. And if it doesn't already, I bring up the console. And in the console, I look for error messages. In this case, the error message I got was uncaught reference error. Now, you don't need to know every possible error message you can get, although you'll start recognizing them more and more as you do more coding. But here you see add bot is not defined. Okay, so is not defined. It's pretty plain English. It just means whatever that is not defined just doesn't exist. It isn't working properly. And so I look at it like, why is add bot not defined? So add bot is a function. Where did I define the function? Add bot is not capitalized. I uncapitalize it. I basically make sure that this is equal to this. After doing that, now we know it works. We can move on. And now when I run it, oh wait, I forgot to save it. First, save it. Always save your files as well. And now we see that we have the bot running and we have the chat test running. So the reason why we can do this, by the way, actually, I'm about to say something completely wrong. Never mind. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna see if any of you guys can guess what I was about to say. I know I'm wrong though, so I'm not going to. I'm not gonna be the fool. Okay. But anyways, we see this little guy running. We see the chat box running. We are in. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to every single second, we're going to make a decision. So we're going to do if math.random is less than 0.2. Yeah, 0.2 sounds good. What we're going to do is actually we're going to do multiple stuff. So what math.random does is it just generates a random number between 0 and 1. non-inclusive on the 1. Don't worry. Okay, I promise you, it's not important. I was just about to say something that made me that would have made me sound very smart, but then I was thinking about it and I was like, wait a moment, that's actually not okay. For the sake of it, what I was about to say was it's because it's asynchronous, and that sounds really smart. And what that all that means is, if you're running code, it doesn't wait for other lines to complete. It will just keep chugging along. But then I was thinking, well, I did not define the method as asynchronous, so it probably isn't asynchronous. And on top of that, the reason why it's working is because the set interval thing just sets the interval and then runs the function over and over again. So it technically did run and finish running. It's just a continuous thing that happens afterwards. So I don't think it's asynchronous. I think it just ran both of these set intervals, and then that's how it works. So that's why me saying that it's asynchronous would have been very wrong. But that is the long and short of why I was like, oh, I'm gonna say something really smart, and I was like, no, I am not smart. I should know better than that. Okay. But we're going to do rand equals math.random. And then if rand is less than 0.1, we're going to do if... Wait, when did Hiccup get? Okay, the cat entered again, then left again, like almost immediately. Okay, so what I want to do is that with a 10% chance, every single second, a chatter might leave. So how are we going to do that? So if rand is less than 0.1, so if this number between 0 and 1 is less than 0.1, 10%, I'm going to check if there is anybody in the array of chatters. So if chatters dot length is greater than 1 or greater than 0, and we're going to just do chatters dot pop. So what that means, that's just going to remove the last chatter. I guess we could also like shuffle the chatters first. I don't know. I'm not going to think about that. And what we're going to do is we're going to just do chat box equals chat box. We're going to add a message showing which chatter left. So we'll just do chat box plus chatters.pop. So that will return the string that is the name of the chatter, plus I'm also going to add a new line. So we're going to add a new line before everything. So that is a new line. And add has left. And now I can't test it because I don't have, well, actually, wait. I can test it. I lied. How do we test it? We can just like throw in like several people's names in here, like John, Matthew. Man, I'm picking very biblical names. Let's like Jinx. We'll add a league name in there. Now let's run it. And okay, clearly my new line is not working. And also I've forgotten to yeah, we don't need this anymore. Is this not new? Wait, is new line this? Why is it not working now? Okay. That is... Wait. No. That was definitely new line. Okay, well, it's not printing the new line. I'm not going to think too hard about it. That's not a problem. I know it's just purely because the HTML doesn't read new line that way. Oh, it's line break. Actually, I know what the answer is. BR. So, okay, so what is going on here is that different syntaxes have different ways of saying different things. You'll hear me talk about this a lot when I'm coding. You'll mostly hear it when I'm saying something along the lines of, "Oh, in Python, it's written this way." And I'm like lamenting the fact that I'm misremembering some kind of syntactical when I say syntax, I just mean the words I type that do stuff. So like in this case, the \n is new line in like JavaScript, while br, I'm pretty sure, is a breakpoint in HTML. So now when I do this, when I run this again, what should happen, unless I'm even more wrong, wait, give it like 10 seconds to do something. Okay, I'm clearly still wrong. Okay, let's... Oh, no. Something happened. That was... Okay, it just took that long because it was a very, very long... Yeah, okay, there you go. New lines. Woo! We have a chat. We got it working. Excellent. Okay, so we can also probably just do this afterwards. I kind of want to make this... Yeah. Okay. That was like, right now I have a new line at the very beginning based on how we typed it. And that's why I have this weird space right here. I'm going to just remove that and make it below it. You can't see it. It's whatever. And then we can probably do something where we remove, if there's like too many BRs, we're going to like remove the top one. I don't know. There's like an easy way I can do that, but I'm not going to think about it right now. Okay. So clearly this is working so far. Now we have a thing where we can remove chatters. Now we want to be able to add chatters in. So we're going to add another thing where else if rand is less than 0.2. So basically at under 0.1, it's going to remove somebody. However, if it isn't under 0.1, but it is under 0.2, which is a 10%. Actually, I want to make it have a higher, no, actually. No, I'm going to keep it even. Basically, if it's above 0.1 and less than 0.2, which again is 10%, it is going to add a user in. And I'm going to just do like user plus the length of the current array to kind of keep the numbers unique. Although that's not true. That wouldn't keep it unique, but we're just going to pretend like it's unique for the fun of it. So Big Top Hat is asking, when are you going to connect it to the chat? Well, I don't think I can do that on stream. Just because in order to do that, unless there's a trick with... So one thing I was considering is maybe I can like do like a really hacky way of doing it where I just use the forward facing side of the YouTube chat stuff, like the pop out chat. Like one idea I've had is basically web scrape and get the data, which is like a really last resort solution. I really shouldn't even consider that initially. That isn't the proper way to do it. But that is a way that I'd be comfortable doing on stream, just because, again, it's web facing, anyone has access to it. Nothing secure is involved. It's just a pop-out chat. Now, the correct way of doing it, and the way I will do first, because it is the correct way, is YouTube has a service called an API, which basically means I can just say, hey, YouTube, give me your chat. and give me the people who are watching me and give me this information and give me that information. And YouTube can be like, sure, here it is. And then I can take that information, do whatever I want with it. And that is called an API. The API is just the service that relays the information I ask YouTube to give me. And APIs are generally secure, and there's usually a lot of other stuff involved, like rate limits. Like I can't just like ask it for an unlimited amount of data and put a huge stress on the server. It's just like there's a lot of limitations. There's like I gotta have an account with them. It's like they monitor it. There's a lot of stuff involved, and most importantly, there's a code that I need to basically authenticate with them. I'm not entirely sure how their authentication process is, but there is an authentication process, and I don't trust myself on stream to generate said API and to get the code running and make everything happen without me leaking the code and putting my entire system in danger. I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I'm definitely putting my access to the API in danger. So I'm not going to really risk it. I'm probably going to do that off a stream and basically get all that nice and clean and all figured out. But what we can do on stream is prepare the stream for the data that we'll take from the API. So that's what we're doing right now. Now we're going to just simulate the chat to then add it later to the actual stream or to the actual bot. So long story short, that's what we're going to do right now. So what we're going to do is else if ran back to this. So with a 10% chance, we're going to add to the chat box or the chatters dot push. That just means we're pushing something into that array. And we're just going to do user. And I'm going to just keep track of a ID equals 0. User plus ID. And every time we do this, I'm going to just increment the ID. Incrementing just means I add 1 to it. And then we're going to do a chat box, and we're going to just do this and that has chat box plus user plus ID plus has joined BR. So how will you become robot? So once we have everything set up, and once I, outside of stream, connect the API to this, it should all fall together. So it's really just, we're setting the groundwork, we're getting it running, and then at some point I'm gonna have something designed which will feed the data here, and then we can start working with the bot, adding features using, and you guys will be actually able to play around with it while I'm doing it. And then we can make it into a full-fledged chatbot with commands and cool stuff and links and static commands and dynamic commands and maybe like mini games, and we can just have a blast. So that is going to be the fun part that we're not quite at yet, but it'll be coming very soon. So that's kind of the long story short of how this is all going to go down. Sorry I left your stream without telling. Actually, my exams are going on. I really have to study. So I'll meet you maybe after. Yeah, no, if you have exams are way more important than seeing me fumble around with JavaScript for 3 hours straight every day. Trust me, I will be here in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks, in a year probably, in 5 years. I'm probably still going to be doing weird stuff like this until the day I die. So there is really no, take care of yourself first. If you're not feeling well, if you're having exams, if you're just not in the mood, if you're wanting to watch somebody else, you're not hurting my feelings by putting yourself first. I want you guys to value yourselves. I appreciate you guys being here. Don't get me wrong. It's awesome. I love the support, and you guys are all awesome. But always put yourselves first, or else I'm going to be very upset with you. I'm not even going to think about you guys anymore. I'm going to be upset with you if you guys don't take care of yourselves. It's your responsibility. But anyways, we're going to go back to this. So we now have an add of a join thing, and then I'm going to just increment the ID. ID plus plus. ID plus plus just adds 1 to ID. And then we're going to just close this off, and now it should run. And I'm going to just let's just run it. We have 3 chatters already in, but we can get rid of that later. So Jinx is left. User 0 has joined. User 0 is left. User 1 has joined. So as you can see, it's actually working. In fact, I can actually, for the fun of it, on every single one of these things, I gotta double check this because I forget the syntax. See ya, Defin. He went full Batman mode. He said, "Until the day I die." Yeah. No, I feel like I really should. This is like a very, very meta thing to talk about while streaming. I think I should do a better job of, you know, being silly on stream. I feel like I can be very boring and dry at times. I'm just like, I'm stoic. I'm just like, you know, because like in real life, I'm a lot more like bubbly than I am on stream. I think the second you put a camera on me, I'm like, this is on the internet forever. I must make this be a very professional look at the Urbandre brand. I have a brand image now, and I feel like I kind of lose some of the craziness that I have in real life. I don't know why this happened, actually. No, but it's because it's in... Yeah, no, that's fine. It's fine. That's correct. I feel like I lose some of the bubbliness that I normally have. Okay. Remove AdBot John. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to... So I think it's... Is there a shuffle thing in JavaScript? I guess that's the thing I'm kind of wondering about right now. Let me add a new window and check. Shuffle JavaScript. My good old friend W3 Schools. We're gonna just take a look real fast and into the array methods. Wait, array sort. I think it's just array sort, and you do like a yeah, okay. So I will say for stuff like this, when you're doing something like a random thing in JavaScript, feel free to... Man, the siren's going by. Feel free to copy and paste, like, understand what's going on. But if you're just quickly writing down code, copying and pasting code is more than acceptable, in my view. I'm sure people will disagree with me on that. I'm going to remove these guys, and we're going to add in. So what I want to do is every time we do this, I want to shuffle the chatters. Okay. And then we want to actually, I want to increase the amount of, let's do 0.3, and we'll add an or here. Or chatters dot length is greater than 7. I think that's reasonable. Okay. you should make sort of join and leave messages disappear after a while. Yeah, so we can do that. That's actually not a very difficult thing. Right now, that's not really top of my priorities. Like, I mean, one thing I can do is this. Here's a trick I can do. So what does it mean to have these messages? It means we have a bunch of breakpoints. So if I think there's a method I can use for strings where I can count how many, where is it? Slice. So, okay, wait. I'm going to double check this. JavaScript count how many in string. Yeah, so r dot, okay. So the way how we do this is we're going to do if chat box. Actually, we're going to do it at the end. We're going to do it at the end. Hold up. We're going to do that at the very end. So this so far looks correct. ID++. So now we have chatters leaving and entering. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have them. Actually, we're not gonna have them chat yet. We're gonna wait on chatting. That's like, again, that's like on our list of priorities. On our list of stuff we want to do today, that is number 3. Right now, we just want to get the bot working. So, and also I'll get the chat box to like be limited in size. We'll do that too. We'll do both of those things. And what we're gonna do is ID++. Sorry, I'm trying to think about exactly how I want to proceed. Okay, what we're going to do is this is not the right way to do this, but if bots no. So what I want to do, okay, because actually, again, I need to make a habit of this. I need to start explaining what I'm about to do because I have a habit of going really far ahead, and you guys are probably looking like, why is he even doing anything there? So right now, what do we have so far? So we're gonna make a new canvas. So right now we have an array full of names. So we have all of the chatters, and people are leaving and entering the chat. So we're basically at a point where we have people leaving and we have people entering the chat. So we have this. This is functional. This is working. Now what we got to do is we got to take this data and we need to convert it into our little bot characters walking around the stream. So how do we do that? Well, first of all, we have a list of names. So we have bots, and bots has the information for every single bot. And one of the information pieces is the name of it. So bot's name is going to be hopefully a unique identifier. There is a problem with this, and that's where my exclamation of, this is not going to work down the line is, what if 2 people on YouTube have the same name? Can that happen? I don't know. I don't think it can happen, but it could. And how will I handle that using this code? And the answer is I can't. So that's one thing I do. And then the other thing is, what if it's YouTube and Twitch? Because, okay, maybe YouTube alone and Twitch alone has like unique identifiers, unique names. And maybe they have like a sub thing where I can be like, oh yeah, even if maybe the display name is identical, some kind of interior name I can utilize to essentially track it. What if Twitch and YouTube have the same name across two separate platforms? Now we have a problem. So we basically, this is not a unique identifier. That's my worry. If this is not a unique identifier, then this entire thing falls apart. So I might actually need to create a much more, a better unique identifier for this. And I just saw a chat from Top Hat. 1 second. Oh, you have to go, Mr. Big Top Hat? No worries. Thank you for stopping by. But yeah, but for right now, until I mess around with the API and find out exactly what is going on with the unique identifier, I guess we don't really have to worry about it right now. It's not like this is gonna break the code. See ya, Mr. Big Top Hat, or Top Hat. Hello, Godhand, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, so name is not a unique identifier, but we're not going to worry about that right now because for right now, it is. We have our array of users. It has only unique names because of the ID. So we can ignore it for right now. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through the array of users and we're going to see, hey, are all of these users accounted for? If they're not, we're going to add a user to the bot. But the issue here is we're going to get into something called complexity. And here is, or in this case, time complexity. So what am I doing? Well, okay, so I guess we got to go back a little bit in order to do that. So right now we're working on making a chatbot for YouTube. And the chatbot is going to specifically have these little bots walking around and, interacting and stuff like that. So we're kind of creating like a stream of avatars, but for YouTube using the browser. That's what we're coding. And I'm explaining exactly what the next step is going to be and how I'm going to handle it and the problems I'm going to have when handling it. Now, to answer where am I from? I'm from the US, specifically Ohio. I will not get more specific than that. But yeah, so that's kind of the long and short of it. So I will explain complexity soon. I don't think that's like a huge important discussion right now. I think it's important for people who want to get more into coding. C or C++? Depends on what you're doing. But right now I'm working in JavaScript and HTML and CSS because we are doing very, very low down browser code. Okay. But to continue, how are we going to do this? So for right now, we're going to do a very, very basic comparison because we are shuffling the chatters array. So it isn't going to be great for this. I guess we could actually do a lower. We could lower the complexity if we sort it, but not by a whole lot. We're still going to have n log n complexity, I think. I don't know. Not going to worry about it right now. We're just going to run straight ahead. So, okay, before I code, because I know exactly what I'm about to do, but you guys don't know it yet. So I got to explain this first. Java's your enemy? Well, I'm doing JavaScript, but I will say I think you might mean JavaScript. Okay, so here's how we're going to do this. So we have an array of chatters and an array of bots. So chat and bots. And let's say we have 1, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. Python all the way. Python's good for some things. I wouldn't use it for everything though. Python's great for data science and the like, and just for algorithm stuff in general if you're doing leak code and you're preparing for interviews. But I wouldn't use Python for much else outside of that. I mean, AI too. Python is great for AI. It's actually used primarily for most AI applications, from my understanding. So if it's in chat but not in bots, we're gonna create a new bot. We're gonna add bot. And we're going to spawn it to the left. If it's in bots but not in chat, we're going to remove the bot. Remove bot. And specifically, what we're going to do is we're going to slowly move it out of the way. So the bot is going to slowly walk off the screen until it's gone. And then everything else is going to stay the same and going to act as normal. So the main thing is we're going to just check 1, and we're going to check it with every single element. Is any of these 1? No, then we do the add bot. Check 3, every element, then etc. Rinse, repeat until we go through all of the bots. And then we're going to have to do the same thing for the bots. You're a pen tester? Okay, who are you a pen tester for? Like, are you for a company or? Or are you doing are you pen testing like as a hobby? Are you pen testing as are you learning it? Sorry. We can talk about hacking as well. I'm not as versed with hacking in like I'm starting to learn hacking. I'm starting to learn how to like do like system penetration and so on, but I guess it could Python is a good tool for that. Mainly because again, it's algorithmic. It's best to like quickly create algorithms. I guess we could also just use the built-in JavaScript functions because chatters is just an array. So for bots.length, if chatters, so what we're doing is, so we're already going through every single bot to increment it. So we're going to check if the bot is in a chatters array. If chatters.array, not chatter, what am I saying? If chatters.includes, and we're doing bots, and I think the name is in 3. So bots I 3. So this is the best case scenario. In this case, it's just going to act as normal. I don't like how I'm spacing this out though. I'm going to shrink this just a little bit so I can actually make this a little bit cleaner. So if it's inside there, it is good. So we're just going to act as normal. I guess we could create a new chatters array and like slowly remove it as we're going through the bots, just so we have, so by the end we can add whatever's left. I forget if I'm constant. I'm just wondering if this will actually work because we need to find the ones that aren't in this array. That's where the difficulty comes in. Okay, this is all correct. Yeah. So if it includes it, the behavior is correct. Else, the new behavior is going to be just moving to the left. So else, we're going to first do if it's to the left of the sorry, I'm trying to walk this through. Okay, let me talk what I'm thinking, because I feel like you guys are just watching me stare aimlessly and it doesn't make any sense. So if the bot is not in the array, it is out. So we wanted to walk off the screen, then vanish. So if it's still on the screen, so if it's off the screen, we want to remove it. So if the bot, so bots I, and then the left is going to be 0. So bot 0 is less than minus 120. Then we're going to first remove it from the document, from the HTML. Bots I, and the bot is the fourth, so dot remove. Yeah, dot remove. And then we're going to do bots. How do I remove a singular element from this? Definitely hurts my brain. Okay. So it's like, I know I can shift, pop, then unshift, but that seems like a pain. Plus, like, I gotta increment everything. I guess we can I++ this. Or I minus, is it I minus minus in this case? I think it's I plus, I minus minus, it's I minus minus. Okay, I gotta W3 this. Splice, that's the one. But yeah, no, it's I minus 1. I don't know why it took me so long to think about that. And then bots, and then I minus minus. Else bots I so else what we're going to want to do is we're basically going to take this code. It'll just be -1. And we're just going to do these. Honestly, we can... no, we can't take this out. Okay, and now with this... yeah. Okay. The last thing is adding in the bots as... so right now all we have done is if the bot exists and the user exists, act normal. If the bot exists and the user does not exist and the bot is on the screen, move the bot off the screen. If it's off the screen, delete the bot. That's how far we've gone so far. Now the last step is if the bot doesn't exist and the user exists, we create a bot, we use the add bot. Okay, so I kind of, the way how I'm envisioning this is if I can make a copy, does making a copy of an array, like does equality mean you change the original? I think it does. I think I need to actually make a proper copy. I'm just double checking because I'm kind of worried about this. Okay, so I think just using slice will let me do it. So, chatters check. I will say I don't like this very much. Mainly because doing this is very memory intensive, and also everything we're doing right now is very everything intensive. Like nothing we're doing here is non-memory intensive or non-time intensive. This is very, very unoptimized. Dot how do I get the... man, I'm forgetting all of my JavaScript array functions here. One second, I gotta close my office door. Hello, Kamaoki, how's it going? One second, I'll be right back. I just gotta close this door. Right now, I'm working on coding a chatbot, or at least the foundation of a chatbot for the stream. Specifically, what we're trying to do right now is this little guy down here. We're going to try to make it so that I can spawn them based on chat. And that is kind of the objective. And right now, what I'm trying to do is we have some new code that is completely untested. I wrote like at least 30 lines of code without even a single check, so this might go horribly wrong to begin with. But the last piece of the puzzle is I need to essentially make it so that I remove the chatters we find from chatters check. So if we check a chatter, so if we have a bot and we matched it with a chatter, we remove that chatter from chatters check, and whatever's left over, we add bots for them. I'm not sure if that made any sense. If I need to repeat it or explain it more, I will. Just let me know. But that is what we're doing at the moment. And I'm currently trying to, it's index up. Okay. So what we need to do is index of chatters check, index of let's see. What did I use to? I gotta reply to this. I3. Okay, bots I3. Comma 1. And that should remove it. And then for all, for I equals 0, I less than chatters check dot length, I plus plus, add bot chatters check I. There's a better way of doing that, but. And now we get bugs. Nope, no bugs? Wait. Okay, bug at line 66. Can I ask for help with one question? Yeah, what's going on? What do you need help with? Chatters check, splice, index of. Okay, that's an interesting bug because it's saying that we have. Oh, wait. I'm pretty sure this is just a missing if. Okay, that's the end of that if, then for. So else. I think that's correct. Wait. I'm seeing user 0. And user 1 had already left. Okay, user 2 is in here. I think it's working. User 4 left. User 3 is leaving. Okay, that's incorrect. What just happened there is incorrect. But that's good. No, because that I'm just not updating the frame. But the behavior is correct. Azure access. You need help with Azure access. I haven't used Azure. I think I have used it, but it has been like it's been years. Have you tried following their tutorial? I cannot pass the test because I live in the Russian Federation. Um, I don't know. If there's like a geo-locked thing with their resource, I don't know. If you can use a VPN or use something like that, maybe that'll help you. I just look at or Google how other people have managed to access the resource or get around like geolocks and stuff. I think what you're asking for is outside of my expertise. Okay, I gotta add this to this. I'm sorry, but it just isn't something I know exactly how to help with. Oh. Now let's see if user 0 leaves. Yep, it's working. And I'm guessing if user 0 enters back in, the behavior would revert. No, but this is great. This is exactly what we were looking for. The behavior is ideal. Now, one thing people were asking about earlier was making it so that the whatchamacallit, the chat thing is like a certain length, so we don't have like an infinitely scrolling chat. So how we can do that is, okay, don't be sorry. You know, I wish I could help you. It's more just that I don't know how. It's also just something that's like kind of outside of my expertise. Like if it was like a simple coding question or something where I could like help you, I would definitely do it. Or if it was like with a resource I'm familiar with or a problem I'm familiar with. But like stuff like this would really, well, first of all, it would probably require me to have access to the computer that you're trying to work off of to really kind of like, you know, really troubleshoot. It would probably take a lot of time and a lot of effort. Again, if I had previous experience, I could probably be like, oh yeah, I did that last weekend and I did X and Y and X didn't work, but you can try that and then do Y and that worked for me and you'd be good. I wish I could offer you advice, but I don't have that. So it's more, I'm sorry I can't help you. But yeah, so now we have basic behavior. We have the chat running. Honestly, okay, actually, I was thinking about it while I was talking about the Azure request. I might actually not. I don't care about this too much because I only made this as an indicator so I can make sure the behavior was correct. And it's doing its job just fine. So yeah, I think, so now we have the bots walking around using the chat. This is really good. Um, honestly, let's call it the end of stream. I know this was a really short stream. Part of the reason why I want to call it right now is because I am very tired. Sundays, unless I get to sleep before the stream, which I didn't get to do today. The last time I slept was yesterday at like midnight. So I've been up for nearly 24 hours by now. which is not a problem. I can pull all-nighters if I have to, but I definitely start losing steam about this time. And so today we accomplished. So let's revisit what we did. So our objectives that we started the stream with, we managed to simulate chat. That was good. And I'll do a check mark. I'll just do like I'll do a plus. So we got to simulate chat. We made the bots join and leave based off of the chat. But we did not get to do the messages. We'll leave that for tomorrow. Maybe I'll actually get the API working before then, and we can actually work directly with that resource. It might be more fun to do it that way anyways. But with all that, now we actually have, if I plug in an array of names, theoretically speaking right now, it should just work. The behavior should just be totally fine. So we have a lot more work to do. This is like still like gonna be work in progress. I think one thing I want to do as well is I do want to create content outside just streaming. I enjoy streaming and showing you guys how I actually make these things, but I do want to kind of like make like summaries for YouTube. So you can look forward to that. Thanks everybody for watching yet again. Is there, I'm just double checking. I just realized my YouTube chat wasn't up. No, there was nothing else. I hope you guys all enjoyed today's stream. Tomorrow I'll stream earlier and longer for sure. I think we're gonna really go for a longer and more features. I will try to get the API before the stream. That's for sure. And as always, on the Discord, that is the best place to get updates about the stream and just see what's going on. And I'm gonna be adding more stuff to that as well. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you guys